Slice of life literally takes a part of your character's life and presents it in a story. It is about showing characters in daily situations and revealing how they experience those events through their perspective. Today we will be looking at techniques used in popular slice of life anime, manga, or novels and how you can apply these techniques to creating your own slice of life story. The components of a slice of life. There are a few different components that make up a good slice of life story. Let's discuss these components together and how you can apply these to your own creations. The first thing is that it's important to create a range of unique characters that balance each other well. The cast in a slice of life will be one of, if not the most important part to creating a good slice of life story. These are the characters, after all, that we are going to be seeing the daily lives of. So these characters need to be someone that you and your audience will really want to see for a long amount of time. I recommend that when you're creating the characters in your slice of life, you create characters who are unique and able to stand out well on their own. Try giving each character in your story their own unique personality trait or their own unique interests. It's also important to create characters that balance each other well. One of the major components of a slice of life is the characters interacting, and in order to create more interesting interactions, it can be helpful to give the characters unique traits that really balance each other out or conflict with each other. For example, in your main cast, you might have one character who is very kind and upbeat, a character who is more serious, a character who is more stubborn, or another character who has a lot of creative ideas and really helps to bring the group together. So you might give these characters a reason to be connected with each other, even though these characters are very different. By finding the balancing traits, you can help to create a more well-rounded cast in your slice of life. The second component to creating a good slice of life is to create a world that your audience is going to want to experience. After all, they will be following these characters throughout this world and experiencing that world along with these characters. Now, keep in mind that the world itself doesn't have to be particularly positive or good. Even a world that is filled with adventure might be a world that your audience would want to experience too. Think about the kinds of worlds that you like seeing in slice of life stories, and think about how you can apply those components to the story that you're creating. Whether it's simply a daily life where your characters might be simply going to school or going to their house, you can still create an enriching world that will remain interesting over the course of the story. As an optional tip here, you might want to create a map of some prominent locations in your story so you can refer to it as you are writing it or drawing the pages if you're creating a manga. And my third component to creating a slice of life is to show how your characters interact with the world. Now that you've created a good cast of characters and you've shown the world, consider how each of the characters would interact with that. Each character should have a different task or a different role in their daily life that you can show on the surface of the story. In a manga, you might want to find a simplistic style that suits your story or genre. Gentle styles are usually more common in slice of life, but of course, you can choose a style that suits you. They usually focus more on the characters themselves, their expressions and reactions. In a light novel, keep it simple and easier to follow. A slice of life light novel should be something easy to pick up and get into without feeling bogged down by too many words. Approaching storytelling. Create a simple storyline or multiple simple storylines for your characters to follow. In a slice of life story, the storyline will not usually be something really big or detailed. The storyline will be something more simplistic, and it will usually allow the characters to tell the story more so than other genres. Usually the story will be shown more in what your characters are doing and how they experience their lives. Usually there will be a main plot line and then smaller plot lines or smaller story arcs woven into it. For this video, I want to talk about the KiShouTenKetsu Method. The KiShouTenKetsu Method describes the writing structure and narrative style of Japanese stories. I feel like this method is particularly helpful to know when creating a slice of life. The first part of it is kiku or ki, which is the introduction, shou, which is development. The tenku part or ten is a twist. The keku is ketsu in this, and it's the conclusion. So to simplify this, the structure of a KiShouTenKetsu story is introduction, development, twist, and conclusion. This structure is commonly used in YonKoma, which is 4-panel manga, and you usually see a lot of slice of life being told through the YonKoma manga panel structure. This is why I really wanted to show you this technique in today's video and discuss this manga format. In the YonKoma manga style, it is usually shown through 4 panels, usually told in the KiShouTenKetsu story structure. However, do keep in mind that you can use any manga structure or storytelling structure that you would prefer for your story. I simply wanted to inform you about this writing structure in case it was something that you wanted to use in the story you're telling. Creating not just a life, but an experience. One way to really create an experience with a slice of life is to give each of your characters their own unique time to shine. I recommend giving your characters their own character arc at some point during the story. During this character arc, it can give an opportunity to spotlight that character and show their own character growth, their dreams, their fears, their goals, and what really makes them important in your story. I recommend giving your characters character development arcs in order to reveal more information about them. These character development arcs can be woven in through the story. While your characters are working towards the main goal in the story, you might give moments where you reveal more about your characters, show more about who they are and what makes them special in your book. By spotlighting each of your characters, you can make them more important in your story and make your story overall more important because you are revealing more about these characters. In a manga, use art to symbolize or show these experiences. Manga is good to show memories subtly or use choices of shading to show characters' thoughts or feelings. Manga can also be helpful if you want to show more than tell. For example, if your character has a really special object or item, maybe you can show your character's memories through the artwork to reveal how important this object or item is to them. In a light novel, focus more on the dialogue and let interactions tell much of the story. The way characters communicate can help an audience feel like they are experiencing things through the characters. A life well lived. A slice of life is about your characters' lives, but it's also how they experience those lives. In order to make your slice of life story stand out among others, it can be important to focus on what makes life precious. Not just precious to the characters, but also what makes life precious to you. This question will have a different answer depending on who it is being asked to. For you likely have different perspectives on what makes life precious than what my perspective might be like. But if you find that perspective and you consider what makes life precious, you can reveal those events through your story, making your slice of life story something really special. In a slice of life, I've noticed that they usually have this same thing. They always show what makes that life special to the characters. And sometimes, even if that life is something simple, it might be just about the characters' experience their life with their friends, or finding a hobby that is important to them, or helping others, or understanding the people around them. So there are different things that makes life precious, and it's important to reveal these moments in your story. It can be used as a way to show what makes that life special and help your audience feel that important feeling throughout your story. Not only this, but consider how your character's decisions impact the world. Every choice your character makes, the things they say or the things they do, can change the world in subtle but important ways. They can learn to understand the other people around them, they can change the world, they can help others, or they can just learn more about themselves. So, as you're creating your slice of life, ask yourself these questions and try to understand yourself and your characters more. And through that understanding, you can create a more enriching world and a more compelling slice of life story. So thank you so much for watching my video today, everyone. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know what kind of slice of life stories you're creating because I'd really love to hear about them. Feel free to chat with me on any of my social media at MidnightCross because I always enjoy hearing from you. If you want some additional tips and tricks, make sure to visit my website midnightcross.com where I have special courses or additional resources that you can learn from. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day and I will see you in the next video. Bye!